What is this man saying? What is this man doing?
What in the hell's the matter with you?
What is this man's name?
My name is Igor Stravinsky.
Hi there, I'm Harry S. Truman.
I'm Don Corleone.
They call him Fletch.
Fletch! Fletch!
Fletch, yes, Fletch.
He's good at defending himself,
Gotta tie your shoelaces.
Oh!
disguising himself, and getting himself into trouble.
Well, it be Fletch. Go ahead. Make my day.
He's a reporter
There are no tags on these mattresses.
who's about to write the story of a lifetime.
Will you kill me? Sure.
If he lives.
Thanks a lot.
There isn't a woman he can't charm.
Can I borrow your towel for a sec? My card is set of water buffalo.
A question he won't ask.
You and your wife are currently alive. I take it.
Drop your shorts and bend over, Mr. Babar.
A risk he won't take.
Probably feel 100% of
Moon River. To get to the truth.
Looks like you two have a lot to talk over. We'll just catch the last 10 minutes of Dynasty.
Universal Pictures presents Chevy Chase as Fletch.
My hero.
Got to do it.
Was this thing plugged? Wow, this looks like a good one. Who picked this out?
Not me.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, so I will be reviewing the 1985 movie Fletch.
Never heard of it.
I don't think anybody is going to be surprised. So I will be reviewing it after this little light up message.
Light Bright, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light. Work with colorful pegs that glow with light. Light bulb not included. Make people, animals, things. And with refills, Bugs Bunny or Bozo the Clown. You can make lots of pretty pictures with Light Bright from Hasbro.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little Light Bright commercial. I did have one of these. Yes, I did, Skip. Skip wants to join me for Fletch. Really? You didn't get enough of this movie on Friday when I watched it? Guess not. Well, so this was Light Bright. Do you remember this little toy as a kid? I remember the little paper we got, the little light pegs, and I don't think I really...
This is like 20 years before my time.
Well, people might remember this. Comment below if you remember this little device here. Apparently it was, I guess, re-released, in the 2000s. I can't imagine it being as good, though. I bet you they made it a little bit cheaper.
What did you make with it?
Whatever sketch they gave me, probably the little clown there, maybe a bird of some kind, maybe a fish. Not one of those. I did not. There was not a there was not a banana pattern with the Light Bright. But I believe the country of Laos probably uses these to light up their city. So
What is that?
a place far, far away that they probably don't even have any way of seeing my YouTube channel. So I'm not really worried about it.
Where's that?
That's in. What do you mean? Where is that? Yeah. So, anyways, now that we're done with the little there we go. Now after doing little lessons of where places are located.
Yes, you did know that Australia was a continent.
Well, I did, but I just want to see you just go nuts and ask Alexa a bunch of questions. It was really amusing. Alexa went nuts. I think it's going to burn out. So, anyways, I have not done an Alexa commercial because that would be boring. Oh, well, Generation Boring would like it then. So, yes, this was the Light Bright. And I figured, why not do an 80s commercial since we're doing an 80s?
70s.
I thought I did the 80s one.
No, it was 70s.
Okay, sorry. Well, since we're going backwards, I thought I did the 80s Light Bright commercial. Apparently it was... Are you sure it was the 70s commercial? Okay, well, I guess it was a 70s commercial. I look at a bunch of these. So, yeah, so Fletch came out in 1985, And this was starring the legendary not Tom Selleck. Somebody thought that Magnum PI was starring in
No,
Fletch.
it was not Magnum PI. I already told you that.
Well, that's
It
what
the
he
one
was
with the
in.
baby.
Yeah, well, somehow 3 Men and a Baby matches Fletch.
Well, I couldn't have seen it.
Okay, well, this is Chevy Chase in Fletch.
Who?
Ch-
This one is the Southern Ocean, which is part of the Pacific.
What the hell kind of name is that?
well, Tom Selleck was funny.
Peyton, who reported to us.
Oh, and Chevy Chase, he really should have needed introduction.
But he does. He's also ugly.
Oh, now you're just going to hurt his feelings. No, actually, you're not going to hurt his feelings. You're just going to get him mad.
That's fine.
He was in, we all know he was in Saturday Night Live. That's how he got his start. And do I need to explain again how he didn't work well with others? And remember, that's the one that broke up with he moved to LA with his girlfriend that he shortly married and then divorced right after.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he moved to LA, and then look, he made movies like Fletch Lives, Christmas Vacation, European Vacation.
I never heard any of these.
It would have helped if I did the Wally World Vacation first, since that came out beforehand. Foul Play,
Never seen.
Caddyshack.
Never seen.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
He also did other movies like Man of the House, Nothing But Trouble.
Oh, is that that weird little with Dan Aykroyd? I know who he
Yes.
is.
Yeah, so he did Nothing But Trouble, Cops and Robertsons,
Nope.
Funny Money.
Nope.
I'm leaving it at that. Chevy Chase. He is done.
I got Dad doing this.
No, he was also on the part of the John Candy documentary, which I saw yesterday. I can understand why he would rub people the wrong way. When he was asked about John Candy's death, he said that he was very devastated, but he's not surprised. And just the way he said it, I could see some people having a problem. So,
One of the people
then what?
that had a problem.
Yeah, it was very sad. But anyways, John Candy is not in Fletch, so let's get back to it. Tim Matheson is also in this as well. He plays Stanwyck.
Who?
He was in Animal House. He was in Black Sheep. He was in The West Wing.
No,
I'm sure you have seen him in stuff.
None of them.
Okay. And then we have, I always get this guy's name wrong.
Oh,
Joe Don Baker.
How do you not know how to say Joe Don Baker?
Because I reverse him. I say Don Joe Baker sometimes.
Oh.
That was like in the movie Post that I reviewed. I kept calling her Cheryl Grant, and I was doing that even before I reviewed the movie. So it's just one of those things. So Joe Don Baker, we know he was in GoldenEye. He was in The Natural. He was in Congo. He was the grumpy guy in Congo.
Which grumpy guy? There's a lot of them.
The one that I kept calling Mr. Grumpy Pants, the one that had his son that he didn't feel sorry for him when he died.
Oh, the douchebag.
Yes.
One of the douchebags.
Yes, and he plays a similar role in this as well. That's what he was good at. And then he was also in your favorite movie, Mars Attacks.
Your favorite movie? I haven't even seen it.
And George Wendt plays a small part in this movie.
Who?
And George Wendt, he was in Cheers.
Never
He
seen
was
it.
also in Man of the House. He was in Forever Young.
Never seen it.
And he actually plays a guy named, believe it or not, Fat Sam. And no, he's not a whiny guy that just plays video games. So George Wendt he has a very small role, but but like George Wendt plays, he's a good character actor. He somehow does have a very interesting role in this movie. And we also have Dana Wheeler Nicholson. She played Tyra Colette's mom in Friday Night Lights. She was in the movie Tombstone. And Gina Davis also has a pretty small role in this movie, which is a little bit surprising. And we know she was in Beetlejuice, A League of Their Own, The Long Kiss Goodnight, quick change with your favorite actor Bill Murray.
You really gotta stop saying that, or you're not gonna make it the best.
Oh, and Bill Murray has a very short clip in this movie as well.
Does he really?
No.
Why not be a more?
Him and Chevy Chase did not make another movie together, so any other Chevy Chase movie that I put in, you don't have to worry about it. Bill Murray isn't going to be in it, but his brother probably will be.
That's fine. It's his brother.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with.
He worked with Chevy Chase in other movies, so I have no idea.
So who did you get the name of?
Genia Davis? She plays Larry in this. So now that we got all the actors and actresses out of the way, there are also some other co-stars in this. James Avery does make an appearance as well. So the voice of Shredder, and he played Uncle Phil in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with the whiny Will Smith. So so now getting back to the story of Fletch here. Fletch, played by Chevy Chase, his name is Irwin, and he seems to have a problem with that every time his boss calls him that. So, and we all know Chevy Chase likes to make little snarky remarks. He makes several of them in this movie. So if you are looking for him to do that, you're watching the right movie. So he has sarcastic remarks throughout the whole thing with his boss, with people he runs into. He is a news reporter of the L.A. Times, so Siskel and Ebert can shove it. He's got a bigger paper. So he is a reporter. He's going on the beach. He is trying to do a story on drug trafficking, and it seems like that he is apparently late with his story. So he strolls on the beach trying to get a story. So this guy named Stanwyck comes up to him thinking that Chevy Chase, Fletch, is a junkie. So he gives him a proposition. He's going to give him $1,000 just to hear him out. So he goes to his mansion, and Chevy Chase, of course, makes a comment when he gets to his mansion. So he goes in and says, "I'll give you $1,000." Oh no, I'm sorry. He'll give him $50,000 if he kills him. And instead of giving him a direct answer, he tries to find out about this guy before he takes on such a chore. Because according to Tom Matheson, he is dying of bone cancer. So he actually finds out what doctor he goes to. So he schedules an exam, and he tries to find out a file if he is really dying of bone cancer. It turns out that he lied. But we want to find out why he lied. Was he just a liar? Was he really just unhappy and he wanted someone to pop him? Or was there something more to it? Well, we will find out. Because I will show a few clips of this movie, and then I will give my opinion on it, and so will King of the Toilet Chair at the end of my video. Siskel is not going to be in this one. He had to, get his skull polished or something. So anyway, so he does run into some problems. He puts on some pretty cool disguises. One of my favorite ones is that he disguises himself as this guy named Mr. Poon. He's also an airplane mechanic. So he does a bunch of things to disguise himself to get this story and to meet his deadline that his boss is constantly getting him to do. So I will show the first clip of when we meet Fat Sam, and he's maybe just taking up some space on the beach, but he's not whining about any video games that he doesn't know anything about. So I will play that clip in just a second.
Minor league junkie. I'm not outer cruel, it's too obvious. Act like crap, fit right in. Does this really pick up? So what do you figure, Sam? No idea. No idea at all?
So everybody, this is Fat Sam. So he talks to him a little bit, but that's pretty much all it goes here. He's not really going anywhere with him. So he does talk to another junkie before he is seeked out by Stanwyck. And so Stanwyck goes up to him on the beach, and now they're going to his mansion. So let's see how big Stanwyck's house is. Let's see if it looks nice or it's one of those junky
Bigger
look.
than yours.
Well, of course. Well, I sure hope so. If he said it's a mansion, I.
Oh, this house is a shack.
Oh well, it's a nice shack.
All 4 houses
No, I like how you're complaining.
are shack. I have nowhere to go.
Oh, well, Tom Selleck's house is not a shack, and he lives in Florida. So,
Yeah,
I
but he
w-
also has millions of dollars.
yes. So now we will show that clip in just a second.
You came this close to buying this place. Bow and arrow. Very weird.
What, are you doped up now?
Don't talk to me like that, ass face. I don't work for you yet.
Oh, you remodeled the garage. What's it cost you hundreds?
Well, this is Fletch going to Stanwyck's wonderful mansion. And yes, it is a big house. And of course, we have Fletch making the little sarcastic remarks to Stanwyck right off the bat. He says stuff the minute he walks in his house, and then this is where he offers him the $50,000. And then he asks him if he has if he owns rubber gloves, and then he says he rents them. So he's just giving him one smart remark after another throughout the whole entire visit here. And so he offers him 50 grand to kill him, and he doesn't really. He agrees, but he really doesn't. It's kind of left up in the air. But of course, Fletch being a reporter, he's going to investigate. So he has a little doctor's visit. So let's find out how that goes. I'm sure it goes very, very smooth. Let's find out in just a second.
There in this position, maybe it's just that I'm not doing any calisthenics. You know, if I did some sit-ups in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100% better. Moon River. Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
Breathe easy.
Breathe easy. You know, I was surprised that Alan was able to get that policy. I know there's a history of cancer in the family.
There is?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you using the whole fist, Doc?
Just relax.
I'm a little peaked. I don't know, I think he's lost weight. Are you sure he's all right?
I can't discuss another patient, you know that. Well, I don't find anything wrong with you.
Huh. Well, sure it's not for a lack of looking. Back to my drug story. But since Dr. Jellyfinger wasn't talking, I just had to find out a little more about Stanwyck's health.
Well, here's an interesting take on this whole doctor's thing. I think Liberace is one of the only ones that actually enjoyed this exam. So this is Fletch here is going to the doctor's office, and I guess he's getting the wonderful prostate exam. I'm sure Richard Simmons was also very jealous at this scene as well. So obviously it's something that nobody really wants to get. I don't even know if they do it that much anymore. But obviously he's not having a good time, and he's making little remarks during this whole thing. I like how he sings, and then he's using little wise answers at Dr. Jellyfinger there. So I thought this part was really funny, but of course he goes through all of this discomfort to get nothing. So and I'm kind of glad that I am reviewing this movie because I don't know how I missed this next scene coming up. I did watch this on Friday, but yes, I was doing some laundry, and I may have forgotten to press the pause button, which does happen from time to time. So, so this next scene here, he is obviously he's disguising himself as a doctor, but it seems like the doctor he's disguising himself at, he doesn't get the name correct. So this scene is pretty funny. So I do want to show that to you next. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm going to show it anyway. So you will see what I mean.
May I help you, Dr.
Oh, it's me, Dr. Rosenfetus. I'm just here to check out Stanwyck's file. Dr. Rosenrose, and I'm here to get to the records. It's Dr. Rosen. I I want to check the records room. Dr. Rosen.
Where's the record room?
Next to pathology.
Would you two do me a favor and take care of these things? I'd like to check Alan Stanley's file. What the hell's happening? Where the hell's the records room?
Pathology.
I can't hear you. What?
B1.
You just collate these for me. Where'd you say that was?
B1.
B1. Thank you very much.
You can take the elevator.
Thank you very much.
I think this was Skip's favorite part.
I think he sucked through it.
So yeah, he did. He was pumped up on hemp treats. So anyways, so now I hope he doesn't get drug tested. So this is Fletch here, just stumbling around with pieces of paper, and he's trying to disguise himself as a doctor, but he doesn't know which Rosen name that he picked out. So he probably gave the nurse probably 4 or 5 names, and this, in my opinion, is Chevy Chase at his best. I don't understand what the hatred is for him. I know he can be a jerk off screen, but who cares? He's putting on a pretty enjoyable movie. I'll tell you, this was refreshing to watch instead of Happy Gilmore. At least this so far is a smart comedy and not a dumb comedy like Happy Gilmore. Yeah, so obviously he's having a hard time here getting the names, and he does find out that he is healthy, like he thought. So the next clip, I actually found him being Mr. Poon, and I do like this disguise here because I really do like the name. It does make me laugh. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Vice President knew I was opening the door, but the Secret Service, they whack. This is blood. Washington.
Sugar, Mr. Poon.
No. Now, let me reiterate that this is not a formal investigation. That is, if Alan Stanwick isn't involved in any improprieties.
Alan Stanwick is not involved in any improprieties. I don't know where the SEC comes off even making such an accusation.
Yeah, now, you know that, and I know that, but somebody's bucking for a promotion. It's probably that peder-ass Hanrahan, I don't know. All I know is if I don't go back with something, you and your son-in-law are going to be the scapegoats of the week.
Unbelievable. This is, oh, Jesus H. Christ on a popsicle stick. First of all, Alan Stanwick does not own one single share of stock. The $3 million for the ranch in Provo was entirely provided by my daughter, who converted some of her personal holdings, not corporate holdings, personal holdings. So.
Well, this is Mr. Poon, the FCC agent. He is investigating Stanwick's wife's business there with the aviation, because there was a property in Utah that he is investigating, and of course her father seems to be denying this. So this part I do find funny, partially because of the disguise, the Mr. Poon, and then he tells the lady out front maybe 3 different stories. So it makes it a very, very funny scene. Like I said, this is a smart comedy. So he goes to his little disguise apartment, and now apparently he likes to daydream that he plays for the Los Angeles Lakers. So what does this have to do with the investigation? Well, nothing. I just find it funny, so I want to show it. So we'll show that in just a second.
It's great working with him. I don't know where we'd be without him.
Well, let's take a look at the play. He is actually 6'5" with the afro 6'9". Pretty good dribbler. Comes in deep. His club is behind by 1 point at this stage. Fletch comes in, puts the ball through the lights. What a great play, and he puts it up.
Well, the drug trafficking at the beach, it does seem to be kind of tied in all together. So his little story with the trafficking has to do with Stanwick, the chief of police. So yes, so now it's all coming together, and of course I'm telling you this as Fletch was just daydreaming about being a LA Laker. So
Hey, gotta get Toys Buster.
no, I just wanted to just sort of tie that all in, because the next clip I'm going to show how the police chief, played by Joe Don Baker, I got his name correctly that time.
Joe Baker?
Yes, he is. He found him in a newspaper Gina Davis actually showed him a picture of it, so now he does know that the cops are in on this in some way. So now Fletch found himself in jail. So, sorry, Irwin found himself in jail, and no, Paris Hilton is not sharing a cell with him. She hasn't had that happen to her yet. So I will show that scene in just a second.
Keep me here, Chief. Hey, I'm not going to keep you. And I'm going to blow your brains out. Well, no, I'm no lawyer, but you believe that's a violation of my rights? After I shoot you, I stick myself in the arm with this knife. Then I place the knife in your dead hand. Self-defense. We don't do it much anymore, but we're back in the old days.
Well, this is the chief of police here. He's looks like he has a couple chins to him, and also a very he's not a very nice man. I guess that seems to be his character in most movies, like I've said before. So how does Fletch get out of this? I don't know. You're gonna have to find out. So he does survive the next scene, but his boss doesn't really seem to believe him. So I will show that clip in just a second.
I mean, the guy had me alone in a cell with a gun in my head and a knife in his hand. He threatened to kill me, Frank. Gee, it's a shame. He would have blown me away. Unbelievable. You don't believe me, do you? Nope. He thinks I made it up.
Unbelievable.
Fletch, I need an article from you by tomorrow.
Well, it doesn't help if your boss is not on your side. I'm sure this happens a lot in the workplace. So, and obviously Gina Davis, who plays Larry, is on Fletch's side on this one, and they both give him the finger on the way out. So now they are both on thin ice, and he needs an article that he can print by tomorrow. So yes, he does have a little bit of a deadline here, so pressure is on. He cannot give him any more excuses. So, and everybody just saw my gray hair. So now I will show the last clip of where he pretends to be a aviation mechanic. So yeah, I will show you that clip in just a second. You get to see his wonderful teeth that he probably picked up at the local Dollar Tree. So I will show that clip in just a second.
There it is. I'm just getting a bird's eye view here, and what do you think? It's the bypass line, right? I think it's the bypass line, yeah. I'm gonna need some pliers and a set of 30-weight ball bearings.
What?
Hey, yeah, tell you what, I gotta go to my truck. If Fred gets here before I'm back, you can tell him to start without me. What the hell do you need ball bearings for? Oh, come on, guys. It's so simple. Maybe you need a refresher course. Hey, it's all ball bearings nowadays.
Well, I hope you like his Dollar Tree quality teeth, but it works. So the main thing is here is well, now this movie is a comedy, crime, and mystery. So he does find some things out with the aviation. I'm not going to tell you what it was because you will have to find out for yourself. I am so sorry. So now he does talk to these guys and he does BS his way into coming off as a mechanic. So this is kind of an amusing scene here. I have to say, I really do like these private jets. I really wish that I had one, just because it would just make things so much easier. You don't have to worry about plane tickets. You just take your luggage and you can actually fly comfortably instead of being in a sardine can. So so, so this movie has it like I said before. This is a very good comedy. If you do want to watch this, this does have a PG rating on it. So now, before I give my whole review on this movie, we will see what King of the Toilet Chair says. So I will show you that little segment in just a second.
There's a newspaper reporter who has made a very strange proposition by a guy who says, I'm going to pay you $50,000 to kill me, and then here's a ticket to Rio. Well, somehow that sounds a little bit fishy to Chevy Chase, and so he decides to accept the offer and then start investigating the case. And he's got to explain that in this scene to his editor, who thinks he's working on another case.
The story's done, right? Almost. Almost.
He infiltrates a private club to talk to the wife of the man who wants to kill him.
Hi.
I was hoping you'd say that.
I just got out of the shower.
Yeah. Can I borrow your towel for a sec? My car just hit a water buffalo. Nice place you have here.
I'm surprised to see you. What are you doing here?
I ordered some lunch.
You ordered it here?
Well, I knew this is where my mouth would be.
This case is more dangerous than Fletch believes at first. Here he's in danger for his life, fleeing in a car that's already stolen. He says, "Are you a cop?" And Chase says, "As far as you know." Some of the scenes like that with Chevy Chase are very funny because he has this ability to wisecrack and to be a wise guy about everything. But the problem is, in this movie, I think there's too much of that. It's a really good plot. It's real complicated. It gets us involved. And then Chase seems to treat every scene just the same with his wisecracks and his offhand remarks. Kind of undermines what's happening in the rest of the movie. So I give Fletch 2.5 stars, and I'm Roger Ebert.
Well, I guess King of the Toilet Chair here. I hope you like all his little Mickey Mouse collection on his desk there. Well, no. So this guy says that how he loves all these grown up movies, but yet he's got quite a few Mickey Mouse toys there. I think those might be his little board of directors. So, and I'm sure that they also get mad at him. Now, I know for a fact that Gene Siskel does not like Chevy Chase in his movies. Apparently, Roger Ebert doesn't like his wisecracks. Well, I can tell you this. Roger Ebert's pretend wife doesn't like his crack either. I'm sure it's disgusting. So, and either does his toilet chair for that matter. And I don't yeah, I know it's family friendly, but this is an education for their children. If you get a toilet chair, you might want to clean it because his is all moldy. That's what he did when he filmed the Valley of the Dolls. Mr. Family Man Ebert himself. So he obviously gave this 2 stars. Why I honestly don't know. Give me 1 second here because he's going to make noise if I don't pick him up. Sorry about that. Family issues. So he wanted to come back on the chair with me because he is dying to know what I am going to grade in this movie.
Yeah,
Oh, it does.
yeah, but do you care? No, I care about looking at the clock.
Yes, because of the excitement. So this movie, it did have a very good cast in it. Like Chevy Chase is Boston well. Obviously, Matheson playing the bad guy. Yeah, I'm getting there. I have to go through everything. I'm not. This is not the Jeremy Johns show or the Chris Stuckman hour, whatever you call it. No, I'm saying I'm grading this on cast. This was casted well. I'd have to give that an A. The acting was fine. The jokes were good. I think Chevy Chase made a lot of this up on his own. So for him, I have to give it an A for that too. The movie overall, I would have to give the overall movie probably a B plus. This was funny. It was a complicated story. It was a smart comedy, which I said several times, just to get that through the Adam Sandler fan base that absolutely loved the guy. Well, Chevy Chase is a much better comedian than Adam Sandler. No, I'm sorry to say there were some things in Happy Gilmore that were completely bad. So and it's all true. All you got to do is look things up. So I know it's hard for Generation Boring to do. So I definitely recommend this movie. It has a PG rating on it, and yes, partially for language, yes. So and obviously they're doing drug busting, but I believe in 1985 there was not a PG-13 rating yet. That was later on that was later on, I believe. That was after the Temple of Doom. So in 1985, there were also some big movies. Back to the Future was the bigger movie. Then there was Rambo 2, First Blood. There was Rocky 4. and then there was Beverly Hill Cop, not in that order. So
What was the movie that
it was Back to the Future. But Rocky 4 and Beverly Hills Cop, I reversed those two. So Rocky 4 was number 4, and Beverly Hills Cop was 3.
What was
Well, it didn't give me a number for this. It just gave me the top 4. I know that this movie did have it was in heavy competition, but this did make money. This had a $8 million budget. It made I know it made a lot more than that. I want to say it made. I'm just going to lowball it. I'm going to go 20 million, but I believe it made more than that. I think it made 50, but I could be wrong. So this was a top movie. So again, I do recommend it. I don't know what streaming services it's on. I'm not sure if it is. Just buy the thing, like I say every time. It's worth it because they can't take it away from you if you own it. But if you don't have a player, well, then I don't know what to tell you. So comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you for watching.